Pennsylvania may not border the Atlantic Ocean, but that doesn't mean that the Commonwealth hasn't dealt with its fair share of tropical systems. Storm surge and hurricane-force winds aren't what we typically contend with here. In fact, it's flooding, and some of the worst widespread flooding to ever occur in state history was the result of tropical cyclones.
Especially as you get into Pennsylvania, where you have topography, that deep tropical moisture interacting with the mountainous terrain can produce these very heavy rainfall rates and can lead to flash flooding, major river flooding, and can cause millions of dollars in damage. So there's a lot of vulnerability here to those type of inland flooding and disasters.
In 1955, the combination of hurricanes Connie and Diane, a 1-2 punch, dumped more than a foot of rain in eastern parts of the state. Meanwhile, those who lived through 1972 in Pennsylvania won't soon forget the name Agnes. Most of the state recorded 6 inches of rainfall or more. In fact, some places reported over 18 inches from the remnants of the hurricane, which was one of the costliest natural disasters in state history. The remnants of Hurricane Ivan hit western Pennsylvania particularly hard in 2004, with 5 to 7 inches of rain falling in just 2 days. And you can't forget about Hurricane Irene and Tropical Storm Lee in 2011, and then Superstorm Sandy that followed just 1 year later. The list goes on, and these are just some of the storms that have impacted Pennsylvania. So what will 2019 hold? There are a couple of different factors that could influence the intensity of this hurricane season. A mild El Nino is expected to persist, which would suppress hurricane development. Meanwhile, warmer than average sea surface temperatures in the tropical Atlantic and Caribbean Sea, along with an enhanced West African monsoon, would favor increased hurricane activity. Now, NOAA's official outlook for this season calls for 9 to 15 named storms. That would be winds of 39 miles per hour or greater, 4 to 8 of those becoming hurricanes, winds 74 miles per hour or higher, and 2 to 4 of those may become major hurricanes. We're talking Category 3, 4, or 5 storms with winds of 111 miles per hour or higher. For perspective, the 30-year average for a hurricane season has 12 named storms, 6 hurricanes, and 3 major hurricanes. So this outlook is on the average side. Now, Colorado State University just released an updated outlook for the 2019 Atlantic hurricane season. After initially calling for a less active than normal season, they're now calling for an average season with 14 named storms, 6 hurricanes, and 2 major hurricanes. Penn State's very own Earth System Science Center, or ESSC, has been releasing hurricane outlooks for more than a decade. Dr. Mike Mann, along with researcher Sonia Miller and alumnus Dr. Mike Kozar, are calling for 7 to 13 named storms with a best guess estimate of 10 named storms. They also indicate that if El Nino conditions weaken, the number of named storms would be slightly higher. The Atlantic hurricane season officially runs through November 30th.